So after spending a week under the sea in deep dark water as terrified prey, shitting myself at every sound and flicker of movement, I wanted that same experience, but as that of the predator. I wanted the sounds of other life to be something I swam towards rather than from. I wanted to be at the top of the food chain. I wanted to be a man-eater. This game it's just fun. It's just a really fun game, top to bottom. You've probably heard it being heralded as a shark simulator, but it's much more than that. It's got a fantastic gameplay loop with light RPG mechanics that see you go from a bull shark pup trying to survive and dodge alligators to an atomically mutated hammerhead megalodon that spews out a radiated blast to take down a secret government cabal. It's an open world game, but it's not full of Ubisoft janky nonsense and doesn't come close to overstaying its welcome. It's narrated by the incomparable Chris Parnell, who delivers both hilarious and poignant observations on the effect humans have had on marine life, delivered with several layers of sarcasm.
When it was discovered that their Stonehenge replica was astronomically misaligned, enraged Port Clovians threw it in the ocean.
Again, it's just a really good and fun game. What you see is what you get from it. And it's a platinum I strongly recommend to anyone that doesn't have it. We're also going to be doing the DLC here, which turns the absurdity up a notch by having the narrator turn into a conspiracy theorist, hosting a show inspired by Alex Jones's InfoWars called Truth Quest. Now the DLC just adds a little bit more extra post-game content alongside a new area and story to go through. So if you find yourself enjoying the game, it's well worth the pickup in my opinion. So with all that said, grab yourself a small bevy and settle in for the very brief but very enjoyable Maneater Platinum journey.
Daddy hunted sharks. I hunt sharks. It's in the blood.
The game starts off introducing us to the antagonist, Scaly Pete, one of many shark hunters we'll be encountering along the way. Before putting us in the shoes, or well, I guess fins, of an adult bull shark. Here we have a short section to introduce some of the gameplay mechanics, as well as granting us the Learned to Swim trophy for completing the tutorial. This section culminates in a showdown with Scaly Pete that sees this adult shark defeated, ironically granting us the Survivor trophy. And it's here that we're introduced to our actual protagonist, who claims some early revenge on her mother's behalf. To start off the game, we chow down on Pete's tasty hand before chomping anything and everything we can find on our way to the first grotto. Here we chuck on the Sonar ability, which grants us the Adaptation trophy, and for a dash of flair we throw the Tiger Shark skin on. We don't really spend very long in any of these areas because they're mainly just comprised of fulfilling a few quests before moving on to the next one. So after doing just that here in the swamp, we get a few levels that allows us to hit the first growth stage, becoming a teen. With our Spotify playlist chock full of MCR and Bullet for My Valentine now, we make our way into the second biome of the game and waste no time at all asserting how misunderstood our teenage orphan ninja shark is by starting a fight with the first of 15 bounty hunters. This ballsy guy here, deciding to hunt down a shark on a jet ski, grants us the Infamy Level 1 trophy, just as soon as he's found himself released into our chompers. So there are 10 of these silly little humans that we need to gobble up in the base game and a further 5 for the DLC. So wasting no time on that, we toss the second hunter down the old gullet and we get into the fight with our first of many apex predators. Basically, these are bosses that come out in an area after you've completed a certain amount of tasks within it. So the 1v1 combat in this game is a little bit janky, I'm not gonna lie. But this first fish poses no threat whatsoever and soon grants us the Delicious trophy. Sashaying into the third area now, and it isn't long until we've shaken off our teenage angst and become a fully fledged adult bull shark, which grants us the On Your Own trophy and the need to start cataloguing 7 years of business related receipts in case of an audit. We make our way to the next apex, this one being a shark as well this time, And little bro here has some speed on him. Like every time you get close, he Barry Allens away. Nevertheless, she persisted and we grabbed the shark on shark violence trophy. Before moving on from this area, we dine on a few of the affluent humans here, as well as a few of the less affluent ones.
Candyman Curtis. Tyler Dixon. Butcher Boy Brady.
We then go to the swamp to take on the apex alligator. Now, as an Australian, I have a natural aversion and healthy fear of crocs. However, this thing here is just an alligator, which is like a croc but cute. So down she goes, giving us the gator meat trophy. We do a cheeky upgrade here from the tiger shark skin to a cool calming blue, and then head into the fourth area of the game, the beautiful Sapphire Bay. Here we treat ourselves to another tasty hunter, and grab the new breed trophy for gathering half of the available mutations, before squaring off against the apex hammerhead. By the way, hammerheads are the coolest sharks, and very strong contender for coolest fish. Like, yeah, okay, I picked my favorite shark when I was 7, and I never changed my mind in the several decades that followed that. But I'm sticking with it because look at this dude. Anyway, we take this cool customer down and we get pounded. We trade out the calming blue here for a sinister white and go and meet up with our old friend.
It's the one what took my hand, all right.
The encounter goes a little differently this time around and grants us the Survived Again trophy and a very heartwarming and cinematic cutscene.
Big enough to toss him now, ain't you?
Oh, Scaly Pete, you and your silly hijinks. After that, we get another magical girl transformation and grow from an adult to a wizened elder, ready to tell all the younger fish about how we used to have to swim uphill both ways for a turtle snack back in the day. As an elder, we're big enough to clean up a good chunk of the collectibles, so we polish off a few areas, granting us the dropping property values, dominating the Bayou, and Tourist Terror trophies. Before we head into Prosperity Sands, where we have a date with this curvy queen. Now this has to be the best meal that we've had so far. Our next feed comes in the form of the Apex Great White, who we promptly, well, eat. Yeah, look, not much to show here. A lot of these fights sort of go the same way. In fact, why don't we skip on off to the next one? Which actually offers a bit of a different experience, because not only do we come face to face with it in a tiny tube as it knocks us out of bounds, but this huge beast is the first time in the game so far that we actually start to feel we might not be the biggest fish. Regardless, Willy here does not get free, and we grab the Tricks Didn't Help You trophy. This also marks our last growth stage as we fully develop into a beautiful, gorgeous mega shark. The first one in 3.6 million years approximately. And the first victim of our terrifying and extinct predator?
Commander Percy Metcalf.
Not long after filling our belly with
Commander Percy Metcalf.
We are faced with the last apex predator in the base game. This behemoth of the sea moves with the speed and tenacity of a snail on its Sabbath, allowing us to easily net the aptly named I Thought You Were Tough trophy, which is followed by a new apex predator for clearing all of the base game bosses out. Those fights were fun, but in honesty none of them were really challenging and require using like particular upgrades or skills. I wonder if this changes in the DLC. Oh fuck, shit, leave me alone. Fuck, I need to heal. Go away, go away! Finishing the base game now, and we have our last showdown with the multiple amputee slash burn victim, Pete.
Hello there, girlie. As you can see, I came prepared today.
Sure you did, big guy. With the base game completed, we can finally sink our 1350 teeth into the Truth Quest DLC. After chowing down on the last base game bounty hunter, that is.
Captain Robert Bruntlett.
Alrighty, into the DLC area now, and we start trucking along with the quests before facing off against the first 3 apex predators that actually posed a challenge. The Shadow Orca, who has a vicious poison attack alongside just being, well, an orca that can bitch slap you into next Tuesday. The Electric Great White Shark, who has this irritating ability to stun lock you and go full gobble gobble. And lastly, the Bone Sperm Whale, who, unlike its unmutated counterpart, has crazy speed alongside taking about 3 days to actually whittle down. I just want to reiterate here that every single one of these guys posed a decent challenge on their own. Back to the base game area, we quickly clean up all bar one collectible. Show me those trophy pops.
I just beat you, me.
An original, and you need to pick a between life and...
Next up, we take down the Truthers, which are a bunch of foil hat-wearing conspiracy theorists that grant us the Fanfare Trophy. We then get the Atomic Bomb Trophy for getting the full set of the new DLC equipment that we waste no time in tossing on. I don't know how this changes where the bull shark's eyes are, and I don't care because we look unbelievably fucking sexy now. We then take out all of the new bounty hunters that the DLC added.
Ron Honeywell. Jocelyn Sandini. Vic Mansfield. Barbara Terranova.
We finish up all of the new objectives. And now all that's left is to finish off the story and take down the Atomic Leviathan.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah, the word Leviathan definitely triggered some terror in me, but that was quickly replaced with excitement on remembering we aren't just some guy with a hot knife.
I'm gonna get you!
We're a genetically mutated apex predator, basically a dinosaur. Funny thing though, the Atomic Leviathan is literally a genetically mutated dinosaur, and this motherfucker paid me back tenfold for my stupid comments around the game's difficulty thus far. I could not figure out how to dodge its grab attack, and this was the first time that we actually needed to run away from the fight to try and heal. I could not figure out this guy's moveset at all, which led to death after death. Eventually though, we managed to get it down to 1/3 health, and he pulls this bullshit out.
Thing is energy, even physical matter. So maybe, if we all focus our minds on the destruction of this unholy weapon, it will happen.
Yeah, those guys that each caused some grief individually, they're back, they're irradiated, they're all together, and they're alongside this colossal Cretaceous carnivore. My battle plan here was basically to pretend the Three Stooges weren't there and focus on the big dog. This asshole getting his armor back with just a sliver of health was just super fun. Somehow we eventually got it down and popped the very well named Apex Eater trophy, followed by the last DLC trophy in I Can Handle the Truth. Cop that, Jack Nicholson. With everything done now, all that remains is to grab the last collectible, which pops the Queen of the Wasteland trophy, Garbage Collector, Queen of the Ocean, and finally the 5th platinum on the account. Thanks so much for watching the full journey. If you enjoyed it, a like and subscribe is hugely appreciated to help the channel out. If you enjoyed this more condensed video and would like to see more of this versus the longer ones, please let me know in the comments. But for now, all the best, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one.
Can unplug from the metal coils that once enslaved us, leave our mechanical caves, and greet this new dawn of truth.